Hello sports fans, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back with Motorsport Manager and Bulldozer Power GT, where we come off the back of the first race of the season despite having no money, and Falco Engelhardt won the race. With Henry Russo a credible 13th despite him being one of the worst drivers ever to have walked the planet. This gave us a little bit of a boost for marketability, which is probably going to be a good thing since we're likely to be facing some sponsors soon, and the Chief is now full happy, which is incredibly beneficial. So as we look at the championship, I don't know why we care, Octavia Bean comes out in pole position, well, not pole position, but top of the podium with first place and the fastest lap time, and qualified in first as well, with Bam Bam Puckeye in second and Foxy Blankowski bringing up third place. The other Blankowski there in fourth, a Blankowski 3-4 finish there. But we don't really care about the championship because that's for, posh people with a lot of money. What we do care about, however, is the Challenger Series, where it is Falco Engelhardt with 22 points there, managing to lock in the fastest lap time. Obviously, there's no qualifying to speak of in this new season, and it does mean that Falco is going to start in last place in the next race. So we've got our new engine built, which is good. I think it may be the last thing that we build this season, although I am still under budget right now. So maybe we rock into a little more of that. That could be fun. Anyway, look, pit crew. We could hire some more, but we're not going to. So go back to the pit crew, switch them around a bit. Jobs are good. The car, right, we have got our new part done. I'm all over the place. Let's go to the mailbox first because that's the important bit. Right, Lisa Amorosi, we're looking good in practice. Well, we looked good, and we then went on to win the race. Falco dropped by 53%. Henry dropped by 44%. Not a problem. Michelle wants to do an interview. Hello, Michelle. How are you doing? Falco Engelhardt had to apologise to the representative from Vancouver today after he soaked her in champagne spray at the podium. What are your thoughts on this? It was a clear lack of respect towards the people of Vancouver. I'll get over it. If you're standing on the podium, you should expect to get soaked. Yeah, exactly right. Okay, well, that's improved the marketability. Good. And it made the boss less happy. Well, stuff you, boss. I'd tell you what, I'd have more time for the boss's opinion on things if she actually stumped up some cash once in a while. Pit crew review. We had 5 pit stops in total. Fastest 4.9 seconds, whatever. But we had a mistake-free weekend. That's all good. Engelhardt is saying that he wouldn't drive with Constanza Schutte if my life depended on it. He doesn't like her. Okay, fair enough. And he's got some strong words going on in there. Can't entirely. I don't know exactly why, but there you are. Arnold Boycott at the Evening Herald says it's a hard-fought win for Engelhardt in Vancouver. We always celebrate when we do well. Fuegas Manny was in second, 1.9 seconds behind. Jolly good there. Scouting report finished. Frida Potassium. Let's have a quick look. Mediocre, and is a budding musician. Well, how jolly helpful that is on your racing team. Yeah, I'm not even remotely bothered. The engine build has been done. New engine tops out at 226. That's okay. Right, so I think we should probably go, and we can't do anything of the sort while they're still working on fixing the car up. Now, we've got 2.4 million over, which leaves us basically one race. No, but there are 2 races. In 2 races' time, we're going to be over budget, where they won't let me spend anymore. Right. So we've got slot 3 coming up. What have we got? Slot 1. Up front, 800 grand. Up front, nothing. These are bonus drivers. The bonus sponsors. That's the word. Then we've got HX Telecoms coming up next week. And then after that, we've got Gustavo Cruises are coming down. So, so we've got some money trickling in, but I think we're largely looking at one more part that can be designed, depending on how expensive it is. The engine is going to be crucial for the next race. Right. Now, we could double down on the engine side of things and create another new one, given that the engine is always going to be a factor to a greater or lesser, well, all of them are going to be a factor, or do we go with gearbox? I'd love to see what parts we've actually got right now. Let's have a hit fit parts. Let's have a look and see where we're lacking. So a 226 engine is a bit of a step up. That's good. 156 on the gear. I think we need a gearbox. Arguably, we also need some suspension. Okay. The thing is, I mean, suspension's going to help us in cornering, but everything else helps with everything else. I'm going to go for a gearbox. Let's have a look and see what we can get here. We got risk level. I don't want flipping risk level because I simply don't have the money to chance having a part confiscated for being naughty. Anyway, the new one will give us 195 in terms of performance, which is quite a bit better. So I think we're going to give that a spin. When I say I think we're giving that a spin. And that possibly leaves me with enough to do a little bit more. As you can see, top speed, we're off the pace. Acceleration, we're off the pace. Deceleration, however, well, we're not as bad as some of the others. But I need to put a significant amount of time into the development of new parts. Otherwise, you know, we're going to forever be circling the drain. Right, how's the queue for scouting? I imagine it's going rather well. Check queue, check queue. Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's just keep it topped up. There you go. Right, marvellous. Right, let's crack on. Once we've got the car finished, we can then do some work on stuff. Right, in the mailbox. Scouting report finished on Fuegus Manny, who we just beat. And is actually not a very good driver at all. Interesting. First lap panicker. An overtaking specialist, a model tryout. Oh, you want to be a model. And you have a rival with Leo Russo. Okay, fair enough. Again, not a great driver, though. So, details. Right, we've finished fixing the cars. Let's go and get some work underway. Because we're going to need reliability on all of the new stuff if we're to make it through the next race. Let's take everything out that we've got in there now. We'll put the new engine in. We might as well help ourselves out at the top of things, and then we'll put the new engine in there, and we'll crank it across that way. Performance I'm less bothered about, because even at 189, it's already better than we're running now. And then, excuse me, we should probably improve the reliability of the brakes, because they're not great. What's important here? Top speed, yeah. Deceleration, right. Well, you've made the right call there. We can get both of those to 100% one day before the race. I would say we probably don't need them at 100%. Second engine is on 68. That's okay. Suspension, we've got 74 and 50. 59 is a bit low. But if brakes are crucial, we'll set both sets of brakes in, and then we'll stick the second tier gearbox in as well. No, we won't. What we'll do is we'll let these two get to, in fact, no, put the brakes back in. We'll let those get to work, and then we'll drop both sets of brakes out when they hit 75, I suppose. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we've got some sponsorship offers on the table. What have we got here? If you finish first, we'll pay you 1.7 million. I can't make that kind of promise. However, an upfront payment of 1.2 with 880 a race is much more interesting. We'll wait for the third offer to come in as usual, but I'll probably take whatever is first on the table. Right, no, stop. Let's see where we're up to. Right, the third offer is now in as well, and we have. Yeah, see, you're both offering me stuff for finishing in first, which ain't going to happen. I'm going to take the cash here, even though that's the longest running of the offers. If I was confident of finishing first in every race, this would get me home and dry. But I'm not, so it won't. I'll take that. Thank you. Good. Oh, well, that's more in the slush fund that I can now use to buy expensive toys and car parts for things. Anyway, Marshall GT have now opened their new staff centre, which cost them back £5.75 million. Wow, good for you. And we've finished our scouting on Genki Kawashima, who is all right. Pretty good at overtaking. But other than that, they're all right. Dangerous Jeweler, good at overtaking, bad consistency of focus. Okay, fine. I'm not looking for a driver. We're basically just trying to lock in all of the people we don't yet know about at the moment. Right, the design is up in 2 days. Let's have a look and see how improvement's going. The brakes are coming along. That's not so bad. The engine's coming along as well. I want these up to about 75% before I stop work on them, especially since they're critical in the next race. I should be just focusing on Falco's car, to be honest, rather than trying to do both. But there is Falco's birthday. What should we do? Should we give him 100 grand and some morale, or should we give him a birthday card? Well, until I've got 100 grand just lying around the place looking like it isn't busy, then we'll treat him mean, because that will surely keep him keen or something. Right, okay, first set of brakes is now over 70. That's not so bad. That's the good set, so we'll keep going on those. The second set are at 68. We've got 13 days left. I'm pretty confident, actually, that we'll make some real progress here. And the gearbox is done. Right, good. Now, it's unlikely that we'll get the gearbox into operation for this next race. But what I will do is I'll get another part going straight away, because it is critical that we get more parts into development as quickly as possible, because it won't be long before we're not allowed to do that anymore. And what do we go for? Do we go for another engine to give us some top end? See, where my head is at is that we over-index on maybe top speed, because that then may give us a bump in performance over other teams. And actually, top speed is the one where we are closest to doing well. So I'm going to do that. Right, okay. Anything that gives me juice. I want 25% on there. Yeah, opens an additional good slot. Yes. Top speed on there as well. And that will take us to 256. Although, arguably, you probably don't need that. And you can just get away with doing that, which takes us to 256. Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll get us done. I mean, this definitely won't be ready for the next race. Although, improved fuel efficiency, that's pretty tempting. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that'll make a difference in terms of our race performance. But you're looking at that. I mean, regardless of that being vague, basically it's going to save you, let's say, 5 seconds per race, based on how much you have to refuel over the course of the race. To that end, what's 5 seconds worth? And are we going to will 25 on the top end there give us more performance than 5 seconds? We're going to go for we're just going to go for brute speed, I think, and see how that pans out. Now, given that we've got another sponsor turning up next time, the race is going to push us over maximum budget, but a new sponsor coming in will probably bring us back under again. Where are we now? 71.68. How long have we got left? 13 days. Right, okay, we'll give it a couple more days. Or in fact, we'll have a look now. 73.70, and we've got 11 days left. All right, maybe another 2 days on that, because I want the engine ready to go. I'm not even touching this gearbox. It's not going to make an appearance in this race, so I'm going nowhere near it for now. And then we'll deal with that later. Meanwhile, the news is the ribbon has been cut on Nicholson Racing's new handling development centre, which has cost them £5 million. Oh, were that we had £5 million. Right, to now. Right, how much have you managed to complete there, you jokers? 77. That's more like it. Yeah, let's drop those out. That engine will be completely done one day before the race, but let's think about trying to get everything up into a similar area of competence, and then that'll be good. We'll stick that into performance improvement as well. Yes. Okay, so maybe a little bit of work on the second engine, even though we don't expect great things from our backup driver. Although that said, I have got a new engine in development. Let's not waste the time. Let's put it into something else where maybe we can make a difference. In fact, let's just keep it exactly as was, because that feels pretty good to get up to 80%. If we go another couple of days, then we'll be able to find out. We've finished our scouting on Gao Hanwen. Hello, Gao, if that is your name. Who's pretty good, has to be said. Braking and focus and fitness are all jolly good. Consistency is a bit of a wobble, but that's okay. Struggles under pressure. Oh, poor thing. Is very enthusiastic and has a rival with the driver. Well, that's lovely. Right, 1, 2, 3. That'll do. We've got 3 days left. Where are we up to here? 80 and 82. Brilliant. Right, drop both of those out. Get as much as you can done on this engine, and then we'll be peachy. I think that's more scouting reports coming in. But here's the report on Dubai. It's a 28 lap race, 2.8 miles, so it's quite a lengthy lap. No rain at all. A lot of pressure is going to be placed on the brakes. Yes. Should I put the brakes back in? If we're going to be putting a lot of pressure on the brakes, should I put them back in? Let me think about that. Jerry Hattrick is, let's have a look. He's not bad. He's a good driver. He doesn't like the media. Well, can't blame him. But that's a big marketability hit. He doesn't like his mechanic, and he has a rival with another driver. He's a bit of an arse. So Jerry is probably not one for us. What? Hello, Becky. Are you being sarcastic? It's incredibly reassuring to be involved with a team with such a healthy balance sheet. I don't know whose balance sheet you're looking at, Becky, but it certainly isn't ours. Our balance sheet is a war zone. It is a disaster from which no one is likely to walk away clean. Yeah, it's horrendous. 80 and 82. You're going to be fine with those brakes. Stop your griping. Yeah, just get this engine done. The gearbox is... We've got a good gearbox, and we've got suspension that is so-so. Do we need suspension in the next race? No, we don't. We've got spoilers, and they work fine. We could probably make them finer still, but I don't think we'll bother. Right, okay, good. I think we're in a good position. Anyway, the championship has just finished its race in Rio. Octavia Bean again winning and having pole position as well. Although, who got fastest lap? No one. No one got fastest lap. No fastest lap was permitted in this race. Paula Swans finished second and Bam Bam Puckeye in third, which leaves the overall championship with Bean, Puckeye, Blankowski leading the way, narrowly ahead of Tate, Swans, Blankowski. It's all go in the championship. Otsuno Racing are away in the lead by 2 points, with Spartan MRT and in second, with Orange GT and Hammer AMR tied for third. Meanwhile, let's look at Cheap Fandango, who is finding it a little bit hard to hang with the big kids, as he's now back in 16th. Good. Right then, we are about as ready as we're likely to be, so let's crack on. Oh, hold on. Pre-race gossip from Dubai. Vittorio Corsa are looking like the team to beat this weekend, whatever. Jesus Texera is feeling bullish. Good. Away from the front of the pack, Oberhof Racing will be hoping to see some improvements. This is a great chance for us to improve, said Brad Karma. Jolly good. Zhang. Hello, Zhang. Spotted a number of transactions. No, Zhang, you want to go talk to Becky. Becky is well aware that our finances are tickety-boo. So no, you're barking up the wrong tree there, Chief. Incidentally, dip into your wallet. You tight-fisted git. Right, there you go. That told her. Obviously, I didn't say that directly to her because I'm not a complete idiot. Let's have a look and see where the car got up to. 98% on the engine. Brum, brum. Oh, yeah, that's what, way more like it. Right, take that out of there. This is purely so I don't waste any time coming out the other side. Get the gearbox on the go. Yeah, all right, yeah, top banana. A 226 engine. That's going to be a good addition to the car. The secondary engine, I possibly should have done some work on, but I decided not to, didn't I? Because I'm a genius. Well, okay, it is what it is, I suppose. So, finishing in 8th or above nets us only 100 grand more than a guarantee. Wait for it. A virtually guaranteed. Yeah, 400k versus 500k versus 880. Yeah, see, I mean, we're not going to finish second or above. I can't make that kind of prediction. I mean, it is extremely unlikely we have a similar performance. But you never know. Right, bang that on there. Stick that one on that one. Good. Yeah, Englehart's got the good stuff. Yeah. And the new gearbox isn't ready to go yet. Englehart's got the good stuff. And Englehart has the good stuff. Henry, you have no right to be griping about the quality of your car. We know the car is rubbish. Okay? We know that. And it's going to be that way for a little while yet. So just get to grips with the idea that you are the second driver on this team. You are not the star of this show. You are a very welcome member of the team because you will be bringing in a little bit of cash from your sponsors. But fundamentally, no, Henry, no. Just no. Well, there we go. In Dubai, it is a wiggly-looking track, and that's not a bad thing. I don't even know which bit of the circuit we're doing, but whichever bit it is, it's going to be dry because we're in Dubai, and that will be super duper. Okay, right. Practice session, business as usual. Let's see what we can lock in on the practice side of things. Oh, shall we switch Stephanie in? How about no? Right, car setup. Okay, we want a little bit of understeer here. All right, we'll take Falco's guidance as a. If only I could drag that as a starting point. I think you're going to want more high speed, so we'll put the ballast towards the end of the car, and then presumably a bit of tweakage up of the suspension will do the job. Meanwhile, you're going to want to keep the speed balance towards top speed. I think that might be a pretty good setting. Right, we're running on super softs. Soft tyres keep us on the track longer. Now, that worked for us last time out. And we're starting from the back. You know what? I'm going to go with the soft tyres. For Falco, because he is starting right at the back of the grid, to be able to evade one pit stop would make an enormous amount of difference. We'll run Henry on the fast stuff, and we'll keep his settings more or less default for the first run out, and we'll see what we get. Right, off we go. Right, Falco, off you go. Go on. Yep. And then Henry, you go as well. That's it. Well done. Right, here we go. Falco Engelhart. He is the king of your hearts, Falco Engelhart. Right, let's find a suitably dynamic angle with which to view the action. And there we go. He's off and he's away, and we'll tell him to come straight back in. Because we want to get a feel for this pretty quickly. Now, if we can get even more performance out of these soft tyres that Falco's using, then it could pan out quite nicely for him. Come on, Russo, I appreciate that this is only practice, but put some effort in, son. That would be good. He's getting done at the moment by this car. See what it is. The expertise there in spotting that it's a car. Right, okay, the cornering is poor. But we did have largely positive elsewhere. Cornering poor. Interesting. Well, maybe we ramp towards high speed further. But that doesn't feel right to me. Given that it brought in the top end, that does not feel right. Okay, we'll go dramatic with it, because if that's correct, then that will turn into a very big smiley face. If that's wrong, it will get even more upset. We're optimum balance. We're at 81%, so we've got some improvement that can be made. We'll keep going towards understeer. Maybe no further than that. And we will work with longer gear ratios. Although, actually, if we put the gear ratios there, we'll learn whether it actually wants to be more toppy or more accelerate-y. Technical language, I appreciate, but there it is. Right, okay. So Russo with balance at midships has said that's working quite nicely. Well, good. Right, we'll drop you down towards a little bit of oversteer. Understeer is what we want here. And then, is that about enough? That'll either be right or it won't. And then we'll fling the gear ratios up towards the top end, and see how that gets on, and then we'll restore that to where it was. Okay, let's see how you get on with that then, sunshine. Right, okay, Falco is now leaving the garage. And we'll see if he likes the new setup any better than the old one. Well, we'll find out. Anyway, we're bringing them both back in again. This is business as usual. I don't know why I'm explaining it. You know, this is all relatively straightforward stuff. We do this in every race, or we do it in every practice session anyway. Right, track grip is going to increase over time during the race. And that's good. Right, okay, we've got the ballast wrong. Now then, Henry was pretty happy with the ballast at midships, as mentioned before. So we'll do that initially. Speed balance, we've gone the wrong way. So it is top end that you want. Right, well, we'll put you about there. Right, okay, so that's going to make a bit of a difference. Oversteer. We've gone from good. We've gone from great to good. Okay, yeah? So it was, where was great? Great was here. So it was further, it was more understeer. Okay then. Right, so we've gone, hold on, wait, I'm misreading. That's what we've got now. That's what we had when it was good. So we are going the right way towards oversteer there. So we can leave that pretty much alone. Now, in terms of acceleration, that's poor. That's good. So actually, we want more acceleration. So we should be dropping our gear ratios a smidge. There you go. How's that? So if we were to use that one, which was good, this one is poor. No, you've gone the wrong way. Beg your pardon. Right, we want to go out to about there, see what we get out of that, and then how do you feel about everything else? Everything else feels okay. Optimum balance at 62. Eek. Okay, well that's incredibly wrong then, isn't it? Let's try that, but I think I might be adrift here. That feels a bit wonky. However, Henry is absolutely ruddy delighted with the way the car's set up, so we'll use that as a test, if as a kind of a benchmark, if we don't get anything good out of Falco. Let's nudge him just a little bit further towards top end. Let's have a look. That one was good. That one's great. I think more top end is possibly what he's after. Let's fling him back out. What have we got left on the clock? We've got time for one more in. Okay, so final tweaks there, team. Come on in. Falco, you too. Hopefully we've got Falco somewhat closer now to being able to handle the car, because we are going to need him to. He is our main hope. Frankly, he's got the parts that are both reliable and higher performing, and there's that. So we managed to get double excellent. Cornering, however, not quite there. But we've got the speed balance and the handling just right. Now, do we think we need a little bit more front? Given the amount of sway that I've stuck on there, I think it needs to be a little bit more front. So if we go to about there, right, and then we tweak everything else to get it back into alignment. Yes. This is having far too pronounced an effect. Crikey, why would... well, your gear ratios are obviously going to... You're tweaking the wrong thing to try and get a result, you pillock. Right, okay, do beg your pardon. Yeah, right, get you on there. Get this one. I want that on the money. Will a bit of camber tweakage help on that one? It will, but it won't at the same time. Okay, alright, well, how about that? That's pretty close. Hopefully we've gone the right speed. There, we'll find out. Right, okay, interesting moves. So, we've actually made the acceleration on Russo's car worse. Good. Good, well now we know where we're going then. So if that was only good, and this was great, well let's trend down in that direction then. So top speed, we want to rock your gear ratios down a touch. So that's where it was before, and that was great. But that's only good, and there's not enough space there for it to have gone the other way, surely. You know what? I'll take excellent, excellent, great as a setup. That'll be fine. Yeah, let's just use that. There you go. Right, good. Get back out there, son. Put a lap time in for us. Right, yeah, go. Go on. There you go. Push, push, attack, kill, maim, and so forth. Just push will probably do the trick. See what sort of lap you can put in. Falco, you need to come in once more, and then you can record a couple of laps for us. But you ain't got long, so we do want you to get a lap time in. It doesn't make any difference because obviously you're going to be starting from the back of the grid. But let's do it anyway. Frankly, getting Henry a little bit more track knowledge there is no bad thing. Right, we've finally got the car somewhere close to where we need it. 97, yeah, 97%, that'll do. Do you want to mess with it anymore? Well, yeah, here we got good. If we keep going towards low speed, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to leave it where it is. Get out there and stick a time in, dude. And that will be what we get. Right, okay, so now it's just a question of let's see what they're capable of. Russo will record his time first. He's on his flyer right now, and he's the fastest man in the world. 0.4 of a second faster than anyone else, despite the fact that he's an awful driver and the car is running very mediocre parts. Well done, lovely job there, Henry. You've done us proud on that front. Falco had something to say over the radio, but I was too busy not listening to him to listen to him. Well, it'll be what it is. But he's very fast. Engelhardt there takes pole, what amounts to pole, using harder compound tyres. Boom shakalaka. That's more like it. And we just learned race trim 3. This is all very promising. We are going to try and keep Falco out for as long as possible during the race, because I think it's the only way that he really makes headway. He just went faster again, look. It's the only way he makes headway, having started from the back of the pack. No, this is all pretty good. Henry's finishing one now, but his tyres have passed their best, so he wasn't going to set anything faster there. But a 1-2 in practice for Team Bulldozer Power, and that's very nice indeed. And Fuegas Manny is a quality driver, and he only managed 9th place on the same tyre compound. None of this means anything, of course. Rarely do you actually achieve everything you're going to achieve there when you achieve everything. What? Anyway, over to the more on board, and Akeem Jania, Bulldozer Power GT are the coolest team in GT Challenger Series. There's no denying it. I'm going to pin that tweet. Henry, disappointed not to finish fastest today. Henry, you live in a flipping fantasy world. I'll tell you, it's ridiculous. And Falco, awesome stuff out there today. Should set us up perfectly for the weekend. Darn tooting. I'm not joking. I'm going to leave that there. We'll see how long it sticks around. Right, so it is race day. No surprises in terms of having to do qualification or any such nonsense. Henry's going to be up near the front. Falco's going to be down the back. It's all good. Right, soft tyres, 10% increase. What else have we got? Super softs, where we're not going to use super softs. Push it to the limit, removes the red zone. We're going to go with this combo here. That gives us 25% performance increase. Yeah, that'll do it. And if he does have to come in twice, he has to come in twice. We will, on the other hand, with Henry, we'll go the you're coming in for the pit stops approach with him. Right, okay, car setup. I'm pretty pleased with both. Change setup, I want, we obviously want max fuel, but the tyre choice, let's go out on softs. Now, it's a 28 lapper. These, allegedly, lap 15 will run 15 to 17 laps. However, it's a bit warm out there. So you can't be too certain that they're going to hang in. The super softs will be, well, they'll last a little bit less than that. Let's wait for it. Fuel, no, don't stop hitting fuel. There we go. These apparently 9 to 11. So this is a two-stop strategy that Henry will be employing. Given that, given that he's running on slightly dubious gear. It's not 100% dubious, slightly dubious gear. Let's leave him as is and see how we go. Now, weight stripping. Am I off my rocker? I think we could probably take 5% out of gearbox and get away with it. So let's do that. We'll go with whatever gives us the angle that is going to get the best result. Henry's car, as you can see, is not strippable, even remotely. 70%. Maybe let's chance another 5% out of that as well. No, let's not. Let's leave that alone. 77 is adequate. We could probably take some out of the engine. Yeah, that gives us a 229 engine, an 88 reliability to start off with. That's muy picante. Okay, we'll go with that. Gives Falco even more performance there. I know it's dicey, but if we can get another result now, we'll do well when other drivers are having less fun. Right, we'll keep Falco on a neutral driving style to start with, because it's just a queue of traffic ahead of him. There's no need for him to be any more aggressive than that, and then we can save it for the second half of the race. It will never go that far. We'll start making him excitable early on. Meanwhile, Henry, we've told him just to go for it. Right, so on the front of the grid are the worst drivers. Freddie Potassium and Duncan Disorderly out there in front, ahead of Julie Blackenkout. Is that another Blackenkout? The Victoria Plastique on the second row. Henry Wellington is starting in fifth next to Jesus Texera. Then you've got Brad Karma and Henry Russo on the fourth row. Yasser Fandi and Frida Potassium there in 9th and 10th, with Tallulah Crouton next door to Vittorio Corsa's Constanza Schutti. You've then got Laszlo Hitbone and Jeff Kickery. Leo Russo, Jay Blackencout, and you see all these drivers going out on the harder compound tyres. Argilo Sox and Elena Fedorova before Fuegas Manny and Falco, the Falco Engelhardt. Let's get to the race and see what we can do. We're going to keep our eye on Falco from blast off, but we'll probably switch over to Russo. Seriously, Falco? I mean, you could have got started any time there. He goes, no, it's all right. I'll wait until after the first corner before I make my move. In fact, we'll leave him alone because Russo's already up to 5th. Nice go, Henry. Remember, Henry Russo is only here because he's paying us to be here. Thanks, Henry. Second I look at you, you drop a place. Come on, sunshine. Now, I know your car's not very good, but put some effort in there, son. I mean, he started in 8th. He's now in 7th, so, you know, that's something, I suppose. We'll put Falco on a slightly more aggressive strategy. It looked like he was trailing back there a little, and we'll see if that can bump him up some. Right, we will give Henry his own destiny as far as the electro booster is concerned. We'll manually handle Falco's approach to the turbos as Henry drops back to 8th, 9th, 10th. Yeah, well done, Henry. Yeah, anyone but Fandy. Anyone but you, mate. Right, okay, Falco has made his first attacking move, and he's up to 19th. Heady combination of terror and power going on there as far as Falco's concerned, and we'll get up to race speed. And now this is largely going to come down to engine management. We've got 9 drivers who are clearly planning a 2-stop strategy, and then 11 who are planning a 1-stop right now. But given that we are early in the season still, we could well see quite a few parts failures and mechanical issues and the like that may have a factor as the race progresses. Right, Henry, ease it back a bit, son. Don't cook it off. All right, cooking off your car at this stage, bad news. As he drops to 10th place. Right, Engelhardt in 18th. He's along with the pack. Jeff Kickery has crashed, and that's it's a big shame there for Jeff. He had high hopes this season, but those hopes were largely redundant. As Falco, I don't know, what. Apparently, there's only a yellow flag on one corner, but Falco doesn't give a monkeys. He's giving it large. He's back on your tyres there, Tiger. They're not going to last forever. Go on, Falco, boot it, son. Actually try overtaking on the corners, though, instead of just, ploughing up the back of someone's exhaust pipe. I don't know what was going on. That was clear cheating there, some kind of slingshot manoeuvre, as Manny moves up to 14th. I've never known a car move so fast. Falco is also cooking off his tyres now. He's going to need to back them up a bit. Otherwise, he is not going to go the distance that we need him to go. Crouton's tyres look good. Sox also has quality tyre usage at the moment. Shooty is the fastest harder compound driver on the track at the moment, and she's in 8th. It's not going awfully, but it is not going well. Right, you, back on the money, please. Just a standard tyre usage would be absolutely fine. And Falco's in 15th. He's going to drop a place here, but we are going easy on the tyres as much as possible. Because we kind of need them. That's really all there is to it. We'll use the afterburners here to close the gap and to fend off Crouton, who is looking suspicious there in 17th. But there's not a lot to tell right now. It's largely parade-ish, and it has to be said that the gap first to last at the moment is 20 seconds, which is not a huge amount. Anything could happen to kind of close that up. Anyway, Russo is starting to look a little bit tired. See, tired. His tyres probably the worst condition of any. Although potassiums are also looking bad, and potassium is currently in first place. Right, where's my cursor gone? It's over here somewhere. There we are. Thank you. I need that. Get back on the pedal, there, Falco. You've cooled them off a bit. Now you're back on the pedal. Right. Okay, we're going to switch our attention to Henry. We'll keep Falco on neutral rather than aggressive. Yeah, Henry's tyres are costing him. We'll bring him in this lap and get him changed up and shot back out of a cannon. Right, 12 laps of fuel remaining. That's good. Gearbox is looking dubious. Suspension's looking dubious. But the two key parts are both still hanging on in, although the engine is... We'll go with the fast pit stop. I know it's quite chancy. But you've still got 2/3 of an opportunity to do well, rather than not doing well. Right, Potassium is into the pits, first driver to do so, along with Wellington, along with Russo. This propels Falco up to 13th overall. Tyre change done, out clean, no problem at all. Well done, Henry Russo and the pit crew. Let's put you back on the money there. And we'll switch back over to Falco. So Henry's back out in 18th, but we've got 5 pit stops going to occur pretty soon. So you know, there's no real drama going on there. Now then, we need Falco to get to lap 14 plus on these tyres. And the way they're going at the moment, that's going to be a little bit touch and go whether he's able to do that or not. We're now up to 10th as more drivers on the softer compound are coming in. Brad Karma, the only one who's still out, who hasn't brought them in yet. Henry, neutral your tyres, man. Falco, he's back on them. Okay, right. So back in 11th, we're gonna wait for an opportunity here, and then we'll stick Falco on the juice and see if he can benefit. Go on, son. There you go. 9th, beautiful. 8th, lovely. 7th, that's the stuff. Falco Engelhardt there, turbo boosting his way into a respectable position. And we're going to start seeing the drivers on the harder compound tyres coming in pretty soon. In fact, they're going to struggle late on if they're coming in this early. And that works really well for us, as long as we can get another 2 laps out of these tyres. Then we've got a real opportunity here to finish strongly, because I think quite a few of those guys are going to come in again. If nothing else, we should be able to close up a little in the interim period, because their tyres are not going to be helping them right now. So this is really going to close up the gap at the top end of the pack as Falco moves through into second after everybody comes in. Now, his tyres are right on the edge. Meanwhile, Laughing Boy has cooked his, so we'll ease back. Should we pit soon? I want to keep you one more lap out so you're not fading at the end of the race. You've got Potassium up your trumpet, and she's already halfway through her next set. So after we pass the start line here, we'll tell Falco he can come in. There you go. Right, this lap you can come in, get a fresh set of tyres, and that will keep you chipper until job done. Now, we're going to need to take a little bit more time because he's going to need fuel as well. One more. Yeah, so that's 3 extra laps of fuel. I play this conservatively because I do not want to run out of gas. Sometimes it may appear like I don't care, but fundamentally we don't want to lose fuel here. Right, we'll put the pedal down a little bit and hope he doesn't spin out, just to stay out in front until we come in. And at the moment this is looking pretty promising. The only downside, of course, is that he's going to lose probably 12 places due to this pit stop. It really depends how quickly they can stick the fuel in the tank. Anyway, in he comes. We'll see how we get on. Russo is currently in 6th. He's now in 5th. That's not so bad. How's it looking? Fuel done. He's out in 15th. That's less 17th. Oh, pity us. Never mind. It's all good. Everything's fine here. We're in control as we pay attention to Henry Russo. Russo has crashed. It doesn't look like he has. Is this another No, Russo hasn't. Yes, another Russo has crashed. Unrelated Russo has stacked it. There doesn't seem to be a safety car in operation. But that's now 2 drivers out. Oh, what a shame for them. Well, it may be a shame for them, but that's good news for us. Henry in 5th at the moment. His tyres aren't going to do him any favours. So we're going to need to be a little bit careful there. Back your tyres off there, Falco. It's all good. You're gonna be dandy. Feels like you're gonna be getting some engine problems soon. What are you doing to the engine? You've got 10 laps to go. What are we talking about here? 28%. All right. Okay. I take what you're telling me, and I understand and I sympathise with what you're doing. Right. You need to get past Fedorova. Okay. Fine. Let's wait for an opportune corner, and then I'll give you the electroshock. Right, here we go. Now, go. Go on, son. Go on, boot it. Mush. There you go. Eases it through. Although he did use up the whole of his electro booster in order to make that happen. Henry's tyres are looking very sad. We should probably bring him in now, which would leave him 9 laps to go. Also, he's low on fuel, so yeah, let's do that. Right, fuel options. 9 remaining at the end of the race. Let's drop that by 1, 2. He's going to run that one quite close. Also, park condition. What am I looking at here? I thought you had 20. This is Engelhardt. Cancel. Don't bring Falco in. Good God. No, right. Henry. Hello, Henry. Right, you've got 1.1 something and what have you. Let's get you with 10.5 laps of fuel, which will be plenty. Park condition. Yeah, all right, fix your engine. I'd rather you finished and scraped some points than didn't finish. That's going to take 21 seconds. Ouch. Okay. Nope, needs must. We won't be the only driver to do this. There will be other cars that equally have to have some pit work done. But yeah, as mentioned, even if he finishes in 18th over 17th overall, that will help us out. Back your tyres off, Falco. Remember, you are not stopping again. Okay, so we need to keep you in the green zone as far as all of your equipment is concerned. Right, Henry, get out there, make it happen, mate. Right, okay, well, Falco's in 12th right now. We've got 2 drivers coming in for some pit work, 3 drivers into the pits now. Texera, Karma are going to be coming in soonish. Shooty, Manny, O'Sox are probably going to try and stay out. So the opportunity that we're going to have there is closing in on them and taking it down as their tyres wear down. We're inside the sponsor objective safe zone, which is good. The good news is Henry is actually not in last place on the track in 18th. He's doing all right. Falco moving into 8th. A top 5 would be a nice finishing place for Falco. I think he's worthy of a top 5 finish, if not a little higher. But we do have some issues with regard to the car's performance that we're working on resolving. Back your tyres off, Henry. There's no sense in shredding through them. 60% left on the tyres for Falco. He should be fine. As Brad Karma comes into the pits, moving Falco up into 7th. And turbo boost. Go on, man. And so forth. Well, the turbo boost really didn't accomplish very much there. He only just managed to stay ahead of Fedorova, who is jolly keen on closing us down and taking us over. Right, Shooty's coming in, so that's going to be another place there, and that's another. O'Sox, is that? Or no, it's Manny. Manny's coming in as well. Okay, Russo's reporting he's having some gear shift problems. Let's ease it all down there. Russo, ease it down. We don't need to finish any further back than that. You just go easy on the car. You'll have a car that is reliable by the time the next race runs around. But right now, I just need you to treat it like you would your grandmother's best china, because it is as fragile. Now, the big question on the track, I know, back to the race, is whether O'Sox is going to come in. Because his tyres are they're looking awful. Hip bones are also looking a little bit worn through, but he's definitely going to stay out. I don't think there's any chance we see hip bone coming in unless there's a mechanical problem of some kind. Falco's tyres are too flipping hot. He needs to ease off on them, but he's got Karma right on his tail, and Fedorova not much further behind that. Go on, let's put a bit of safe space in between you and somebody else, as we close in on Blackenkout, who is reporting some minor mechanical difficulties. I don't think they're going to be sufficient to do us any favours. We're going to have to ease off on the tyres, not because they're going to wear through, but because they are going to lose grip. And that's not going to help us. If we can just get them back under control for one lap of full, meaty, throttled action. Hipbone came in with mechanical problems. Well, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. We'll put the engine onto rapid fire and see if that helps. You can now go loony on your tyres, man. You're good. Engelhardt seems to be hanging on to fourth. Fedorova's tyres are pretty much cooked, but so are Blackenkout's. We're on the last lap. Let's be having you. This is where we could make this happen. Afterburn now, because we've got to keep up close. We're going to have more grip than Blackenkout's got, but I don't know if we've got the gumption to get it up there. Go on, get it up there. Go on. Get it up there. Go on, my son. Up. Come on. Everything you got. Nah, couldn't do it. But did hang on to fourth. That's okay. Hanging up fourth is okay. Henry's not going to do any better than 16th. And that's okay too. He did close it down. He is still closing it down. He's saying it's a complete disaster. But actually, I'm fine with that. That's not a problem. But fourth place overall, that's not so bad, especially since we're going to be rocking new parts in the next race that have every opportunity to propel us forward into further glory. But we managed to stay out for possibly a lap longer than we should have done. If we'd have come in a lap earlier, we may have gained, I don't know, maybe half a second overall over the course of the race. But clearly, one-stop strategy is going to be the way that we do everything this season. Hipbone will be bitterly disappointed having had to pit twice. Henry did a belting job to finish in 16th. We really don't have very many expectations on him in the slightest, but he got the job done, and that's very good news. So overall, that gives us 17 points from this race. Not bad. And given that we are going to rely on Falco to carry our team points this season, it's all important. Duncan Disorderly getting the fastest lap, which ties him for 7th in terms of points earning. So overall in the championship, it's still Falco out front, 5 points clear of Fedorova and Blackenkout, who are tied on 34 at the moment. As we scroll down, Henry is on 13 points, not amazing, in 17th place overall, and that's fine. What does that do for the team? Well, we're 6 points adrift behind Orleans, and Marshall GT are 1 point behind them. So we're third overall at the moment, which is very respectable. Can't complain. Armando Boras, Bulldozer Power GT, you guys rock. Any chance of a follow back? No. No, I'll follow you back if you say something interesting. Otherwise, I will like your tweet, and potentially, if I find it pithy, I will retweet it. Deborah Provenza. Yes, I love you, Freddie Potassium. Jolly good. Paco. Ledgerwood. Just watched Dubai. Impressive stuff from Freddie Potassium, like a scalded whippet. And then Yamila Noir. Oh my God, yes, what a race. Hashtag Nakata Performance. It needs to be one word. Otherwise, you've just done hashtag Nakata. Hashtag too good. And then Akeem Jania. Bulldozer Power GT are the coolest team in the GT Challenger Series. There's no denying it. I think you're right. I'm not going to disagree with you there. But obviously, that's burned through what remaining budget we had until the sponsors come in, assuming the sponsors come good with a nice big upfront payment. Certainly, finishing in 4th place won't do us any harm at all. But we're now going to start getting to the point where you can't expect retirements. The consistency of the other teams is going to be picking up around now. Look, if you were to gain just enough experience to learn how to corner, no, guess not. Okay, so be it then. But there you go. So the chairman's back up to 100% happiness, which is why I can afford to hack her off occasionally. And our marketability is up to 72%. That'll do nicely. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. As you well know, this series only exists because of your generous backing. Thank you very much for that. I'll be returning soon with the next race in the season. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.